Thanks for tuning into the BoshNRoll channel. Liking and subscribing the channel is free and easy, and it helps me out a lot. If you want to go a little farther with your support, I have Patreon and YouTube membership available, which includes access to the BoshNRoll Discord server, early access to things I'm working on, sideboard plans, cards I'm buying. You could have me play your deck on the channel, and the highest tiers come with individual coaching sessions. If you use the YouTube membership option, you get sweet, unique YouTube badges and emotes for the channel. If you want to play what I'm playing, you can use the code BoshNRoll to support my channel while you shop for cards at tcgplayer.com. And if you're playing on Magic Online, a cardhoarder.com loan account can let you play any deck anytime. If you want to wear your support, there is BoshNRoll merch available. All of these links are in the video description below. Thank you so much for watching. Now let's go play some Magic. Welcome to another BoshNRoll video. Today, I am playing Modern at the request of Patreon subscriber Chris, and Chris has me playing Lotus Breach. Chris also asked me to plug his LGS, Atomic Empire, in Durham, North Carolina. I've never been there myself, but I've heard nothing but good things. I know a lot of people who go there and positively reviewed. While we're plugging stuff, theepicstorm.com is where I got all of my information for playing this deck. The Epic Storm is a Legacy Storm deck, but the owner and host, Bryant Cook, Lotus Breach is his Modern deck of choice, and he's got videos for the deck. This Modern upload section on the Epic Storm's YouTube page, Lotus Breach, Lotus Breach, Lotus Breach. He's got a bunch of videos here. That was instrumental. I've never played this deck before, and any preparation I have is because I watched a few of Bryant's videos. Anyway, here we are. This is Lotus Breach. The core of this deck is the card Lotus Field. Pretty busted land from M20. Hexproof, so it cannot be destroyed or bounced. Lotus Field enters the battlefield tapped. When it enters the battlefield, sacrifice 2 lands, tap, add 3 mana of any one color. So it's a little Black Lotus action here, throwback to the Alpha All-Star, most valuable card in the game. What we're doing with this Lotus Field is untapping it. The card Twiddle, also from Alpha originally. Well, best friends reunited here. You can't twiddle a Black Lotus though, that doesn't work. But Lotus Field you can. 1 blue, you may tap or untap target artifact, creature, or land. This is a land, taps for 3, could be blue. You twiddle it, you end up with 5 mana instead of 3. Dream's Grip is just another twiddle. It's tap target permanent, untap target permanent. You can pay 1 to entwine them. That's just a little extra juice on your twiddle if you want it. And what we're doing with all this mana is Underworld Breaching. Each non-land card in your graveyard has Escape. The Escape cost is equal to that card's mana plus exile 3 other cards from the graveyard. So you twiddle, you get 2 mana, you net 2 mana off your twiddle, you exile 3 cards from your graveyard, and you can twiddle again, you get another 2 mana. So we see where this is going. But how do we keep the graveyard full of cards? Tome Scour. Target player mills 5 cards. So, Lotus Field plus Tome Scour and Twiddle. You Tome Scour yourself, you make 3 blue, Tome Scour yourself, 2 blue floating, 5 new cards in the graveyard. Exile 3 of those new cards, Tome Scour yourself again, 1 blue floating. Now you have 7 new cards in the graveyard. Then you can twiddle, untap the field, and you're left with plus 3 storm, plus 1 mana, and plus 1 card in your graveyard. And eventually, you'll get to a Wish or a Wishclaw Talisman for Wish, and then you can find Grapeshot out of your sideboard and shoot your opponent. If they have Graveyard Hate or they have Hexproof like Leyland of Sanctity or some such thing, you also have Ave Progenitor Ooze in the sideboard. That you have to pass the turn on that one. You don't have a way to give her haste, but she's pretty big and hard to answer. And the sideboard is just full of things you can wish for. There's the 4th Breach in the board, a Fatal Push if you need to remove a creature, Engineered Explosives to clear some stuff out, Slaughter Pack for creatures, Void Snare can bounce stuff, Tome Scour is another combo piece. You have 8 Twiddles in the main and 1 Tome Scour, so you do need to find this. It is like a tutor bullet more than just having it naturally, but the second one is in the sideboard to wish for. And the most exciting piece of tech, I'm going to drag this over so you can see it on the screen when I blow it up. Malevolent Hermit / Benevolent Geist from Innistrad Midnight Hunt. It's a 2 mana 2/1. You could pay a blue to basically mana leak, a non-creature spell. And then it has Disturb. That's the important part. 2 and a blue. You can cast this card from the graveyard as a 2/2 flying spirit wizard. Non-creature spells you control can't be countered. If Benevolent Geist, we put it in the graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. So you can play this thing on the front if you draw it, and it can just be like sit in play as a Mystical Dispute. Or you can mill past it with Consider or Tome Scour, or while you're going off with Breach, and disturb it into play directly in 2/2 mode, straight out of the graveyard. And then all your spells can't be countered. That's pretty exciting stuff. I'm excited to try that card. I remember when Bryant tried it and then immediately bought a million Japanese foil copies of it for his collection. Is that impressed? That's the deck. Like I said, I have never played this before. I've played against it. The Pioneer Pro Tour that I played in, the first Pioneer Pro Tour that there was, Lotus Field was the deck to beat that tournament. I was on Blue-Black Inverter. Both of those decks have since been banned, but at the time, you did need to know how to play against Lotus Field. I've also seen it in Modern, so I vaguely know what's going on, but if you want the super tight lines, go check out the Epic Storm on YouTube or theepicstorm.com. And thank you, Chris, for asking me to play this deck. Let's get into these games. I'm on the play in the first round. My opponent and I are both Luris boys. Well, Luris people. I don't know my opponent's gender. I'm going to keep this hand. I can bobble myself for a little extra scry action, but I'm going to cast Serum Visions this turn, so I should be able to help my opponent figure out what they're doing, get a little information before I cast Serum Visions. I think that's the better line. Bobble. See what they're up to. Springleaf Drum. All right, so they're hammering. Gonna have to go fast here. I think I need to take the pain for Watery Grave, because this Wishclaw Talisman's probably going to be important in my plan at some point. Life points matter in this matchup, but at the same time, so does executing my game plan. Grip. All right, I have Twiddle Tome Scour already. I'm literally looking for Lotus Field and lands and nothing else. So bottom. I'll play my other bobble. This is good. I'm going to get to see 3 cards before I miss a land drop. And I'm going to let them draw for their turn, draw the Springleaf Drum, then I'll get new information. I don't need the card on their turn. There's no Force of Negation in my deck. I've seen builds of Hammer Time that have discard spells in them, which is a reason to bobble on their turn as well. It's not the stock list, it's just a thing that exists. Missed on land, by the way, with that first bobble trigger. We have 2 more looks before we're really disappointed. Also, Twiddle and Dream's Grip can function just as Richard Garfield intended and tap a 11/11 Inkmoth Nexus or whatever. Windswept Teeth. Alright, they are the black version. I'm getting my thoughts seized. Okay, sure. Luckily, I have Wishclaw and Breach, which is 2 kind of real payoffs, and I don't care if they take Tome Scour, because it's supposed to be in the graveyard anyway. Another Springleaf Drum on top. Sure. I'm sure they don't want that one. How about that land I'm looking for? Oh god. Oh, sweet relief. Let's go. I don't think I want Steam Vents, because I'm gonna wish and sack my lands for... Yeah, like the next thing I'm gonna do is the field anyway. And I can twiddle my way up to Luris and replay Breach. And that's a lot of mana. That is 3 to put it in hand, 3 to cast it, 2 to Breach. And then I need to like keep the game going after that. So that's still a ways away. They are an Urza Saga deck. I don't know if it's normal to have a Pithing Needle main, but if they just like raw dog Pithing Needle from their hand right now, that would be disappointing. I have the truth though. Even that's not the worst. I will say, between the 2 Twiddles and the Echoing Truth in my hand, I'm in no danger of dying particularly quickly. Springleaf Drum off Inkmoth Nexus, that's their weird art drum. They still have the original art drum in their hand. They are threatening lethal this turn, if they so desire. What does this do now? I can wish, but if I wish, then they get access to Hammer. What happens if I don't wish? I like Echoing Truth a hammer, and then they just replay hammer. I can Twiddle Inkmoth Nexus, but they don't need to commit to the hammer until it's already turned sideways. This is a really tough spot. I will admit, I have no fucking idea what to do. Alright, let's look at this deck. Lotus Field is important, Breach is important. The number of Twiddles I have available is 2. I can Wishclaw, Twiddle, Wishclaw again. I can tutor 2 things, but that taps me out completely. I'm gonna wish for the Lotus Field. This might be a huge mistake, but I'm in for it. Get Lotus Field. Oh, I don't have to play Lotus Field this turn. I can play Island, just hold up my Twiddles and stuff, and then go off next turn all at once. That sounds like a play. I could also Echoing Truth my Wishclaw Talisman and just get it back. Because they can do whatever they want here. Like, they could wish for Thoughtseize me, hammer me, but that costs a lot of mana. I don't think they can actually do that. Alright, I'm going to pass. I know one of their 5 cards in hand is Springleaf Drum. Mana is their constriction right now. If they have Memnite or Ornithopter, that becomes kind of dangerous because that gives them the extra mana off Drum. Like, if I can keep my Twiddles in hand and just Echoing Truth something to stay alive this turn, that's going to work a lot better for me. Yeah, they had the Memnite. What a twist. They had Thoughtseize also. Okay. Well, I have 2 Twiddles. Unfortunately, I'll probably have to use one of them to stay alive here. No, I can Echoing Truth to stay alive because they just spent a mana. You can bounce the hammer, they won't be able to replay it. They could wish for another Thoughtseize and take both Twiddles, but then I'd have my Wishclaw back and I could just wish for another Twiddle and go. That's weird. They took Twiddle, which is strictly worse than Dream's Grip. Weird. Maybe they don't think it matters. I don't know. Activated their Jerk. They're a mana short of hammer, rehammer if I bounce it. So I'm gonna sit on the I'm gonna use the Echoing Truth to stay alive this turn and sit on Dream's Grip. Try to go off next turn. Still not sure I can go off next turn. I'm not gonna interact with this. They have Springleaf Drum and 1 mystery card in hand. I'm actually gonna set a stop in the end of combat. Oh wait, no, they can do this on their turn, right? Yeah, this doesn't have to be at an instant speed. So stopping in combat doesn't matter. I was trying to find a window where I can bounce my Wishclaw. And if they go for the kill, I'll Echoing Truth. If they don't go for the kill, I'll bounce Wishclaw and get it back for my turn. The last card has to be Hammer, just the way they've been farting around here. Gotta be. Oh, they're using the Claw. Oh yeah, give it back to me. Oh yeah. They're making a wish. That might be GG. Now I can wish for Breach, and go nutty. In their hand is Springleaf Drum, 1 mystery card. Even if they get, like... Have they made a land drop this turn? Didn't they play that Plains this turn? I was on the play and I haven't missed a land drop. I'm not sure what they could get here that matters. Unless they have like a main deck Surgical, but even that is not great. Okay, I have my thing back. And I'm just going to go to my turn. I feel like that was a mistake. But, okay. Float blue. Cast, or play Lotus Field. You don't cast lands. Play Lotus Field. Sack 2 islands. And I can untap the field. Do I have enough here? I can tap this for red. That was more red than I get. And then I wish for Breach, and I have exactly enough to untap and go. Yeah, I think we did it. Wish for Breach. Really glad they gave me this thing back. Okay, here we go. Untap target permanent. Boom. Exile some stuff. And we're off. I have the Scour and the Twiddle. Scour. Should bring my graveyard up here. Exiling Misty, Serum Visions, Bauble, Scour again, Twiddle. Yeah, we're just doing it here. This combo does involve a lot of clicking. Just not thrilling viewing on Magic Online, but it's alright. I milled over my Pact of Negation, which means that even if they did somehow put Ravenous Trap in their main deck. Like, I don't know what they wished for last turn, but I can counter it now, so it doesn't matter. I'm almost out of cards in my deck, which is an important metric to keep track of. Storm is 13, so I believe I'm supposed to wish for Grapeshot them, bring back Grapeshot now. Okay, Dream's Grip, untap target permanent. In time for red mana and Dream's Grip. Cards in my graveyard. Do I need to scour one more time? I'm just learning the fundamentals of this deck right now. So I have 1, 2, 3 cards for Wish. Then I Grapeshot, then 1, 2, 3 cards for Grapeshot. I should be good to go. And that line costs Wish, Shot. That's 7 mana, and that's what I have. I could scour myself for good measure, but I don't think I have to. And I need 3 total red mana for this. Right, so I'm going to Wish. Now I can cast cards onto my sideboard. I'm going to choose Grapeshot. Oh, they were at 13 life anyway. I'm working really hard. Okay. And shoot them. Forgot they Thoughtseized me 100 times and fetch shocked. I was ready to do 20. And I have the Pact in case I need to counter a spell. Even with the opponent having me click through that whole thing, I'm still only down 3 minutes on the clock from them. Like, that was a pretty tight package. What do I want to do here? I think one Slaughter Pact comes in, one Fatal Push comes in. I can leave a Slaughter Pact in the sideboard to wish for if I need that. I don't think I want to wish for EE, but Inquisition's pretty good. Act, I don't think matters. I'm going to take the packs out, and I got to cut one more card if this is what I want to do here. Everything else is a combo piece or a cantrip. Maybe I'll leave Slaughter Pact in the board, just because I'm not sure what else to cut. And that is easily the worst of my removal spells. I could cut a Bauble, just like generic deck thinning thing for real spell. Okay, I'll try this. Being not dead is rule number 1 against Hammer Time, no matter what deck you're playing. Maybe I should have... Oh no, I have an Echoing Truth in the main. I was about to say maybe I should fit a Void Snare in here somewhere, depending on what sort of hate I expect. Big Soul Guide Lantern's probably on the list of things I expect out of them. And the even more insidious flip side of not being a deck expert is not being an expert on what opponents could do that matters. Which both of those things matter a lot in this particular matchup. But my hand has my whole combo in it, except for the Lotus. I'm going to keep this. It's not particularly interactive. I have the grip if I need to grip something. I expect discard spells at some point anyway. I do have the Lotus in my hand with Delaria West. So the whole squad is here. The guard is aid. Okay. They don't have Inkmoth Nexus. They could 11 me. Let's just draw Fatal Push. How about that? Twiddle's not bad. I'm going to Bauble myself because I have a fetch land and I don't necessarily want to cast any of these spells. So I do get to play the like fake scry game. Okay, Twiddle is on top of my deck, which is something I don't want. I can fetch Shock. I don't think I want to fetch Shock. Like having red mana might be relevant. I do have Tome Scour. Yeah, I'm going to fetch Shock for Steam Vents. Steam Vents, put it in. Yes. If they land 2 hammers, I could lose here. Or I could just Tome Scour myself and get to business. Like, play to this Breach. Like, Breach can do a Galvanic Relay impression of just, like, Bauble them twice next turn. But I don't think that's the line in this matchup. I have this extra Twiddle. I'm going to try to stay alive with it. Now the gamble is, do I want to take 11, go to 6, for sure, or maybe take 22 and die if they have 2 hammers? And the question that comes up if I Twiddle Memnite before combat or not, because the hammer has flash due to Sigarda's aid, so I don't need to, or they don't need to play hammer until their thing's already connecting. Okay, Stoneforge. Now I know they have hammer. Alright, that's fine. I know they have hammer. I also know they only have 1 hammer, or only one they could play this turn. I did shock this in. Maybe I should be using my mana. So shocking this in does represent a large number of spells that could exist. I'm not playing anything that interacts with them for 1 red, but they don't know that. They can decide how hard they want to go in on this hammer right now while they're tapped out. Even something like Spell Pierce could get them. I've committed to letting them attack. Go ahead, put me to 6. A little game of cat and mouse here. Let's see what their balls are made of. I don't think I would play the hammer here, but I don't play hammer time. Maybe you just have to shove. And if the punish is your Memnite dies, like whatever, you play Pure Steel Paladin and stuff to move the hammer around. All right, yeah, they're going for it. It's the right call. Whether they know it or not. There it is. Okay, I'm hammered. I'm at 6. I was always losing to 2 hammers, and that's still true next turn. Ooh, do I consider? Yeah, I think consider is better than Scour. Though Scour could load up my graveyard for Breach next turn. But what does that actually do? Do I need to be considering for a... But I'm going to fetch. I could try to consider for a field. I think field is the way forward. All right, I'm looking for field. Oh, there it is. Do not put Lotus Field in the graveyard. Okay. Well, I'm going to twiddle their Memnite, hope they don't have a second hammer. That's the game plan. Beginning of combat, twiddle, tap Memnite. All right, please don't have a second hammer. All right, they had a second hammer, but I did have the win. Like, I have Scour, twiddle, breach, field. The whole thing's right there. It was just, oh, they turned 3'd me on the play. And I was going to turn 3 them on the draw. Fair enough. Important to note that before anyone takes the position of if you just twiddled Memnite, then you'd be alive. And just like for safety's sake, do it. But I wouldn't, because then they would just cast both hammers this turn. And also then I wouldn't have a twiddle to get my Lotus Field started. So I had to take that first hit and just hope they didn't have it, but they did. Do I want Void Snare? Still don't think so. I think I'm just going in as this deck again. We were almost there. It was right there in our grabs. Slipped away. This hand has a ton of cantrips and nothing specifically going on, except for Slaughter Pact, which doesn't play until turn 3. You know me, I can't get away from an Island Ponder hand. Maybe you're supposed to mulligan this to something with more action, but wow, do I like choices. I would mulligan this with the quickness on the draw, just for what that's worth. Like getting the play to move my pieces around a little bit before I'm just dead to hammer. The big difference. Slightly awkward thing that's happening here. I want to lead on Serum Visions because it sees the most cards and sees them in a way that makes me want to have the most time after I see them. But if I don't fetch first and I scry top, then my fetch land on turn 2 would shuffle away one of the cards I just scried to the top. So I have to fetch Shock on turn 1, even though I have this nice basic island, in order to maximize what I got going on here. I don't think I want a second twiddle here. Engineered Explosives could buy time. Yeah, I think I like Explosives on top. Just hope they don't turn to me. Because I can play Explosives on 1 and then pass with blue available, like depending on what they produce on turn 1. If they have Inkmoth Nexus on turn 1, then I probably have to hold up blue on their turn. If they don't have Inkmoth Nexus, I think I can get away with Serum Visioning. Because the Slaughter Pact obviously isn't on until the 3rd land drop. Uh-oh. Oh, there's that. Ringleaf Drum, okay. Alright. Tell me about the shields. I'm trying to think of how I could lose. If they go Plains, Memnite, Zygarde's Aid, they still don't have enough mana to activate the Inkmoth, so I think I'm safe working my Engineered Explosives in here this turn. I'm going to Serum Visions first, though. See what information I have to work with. Found a Wish, found the 3rd land, found another Twiddle. I'm going to bottom that Twiddle, keep the land on top. I'm going to commit my Explosives for 1. I think this is the best window I'm going to get to do this. I don't think I can die from this spot. Because it costs 3 to animate Inkmoth, cast Sigarda's Aid, cast Hammer. And the Inkmoth doesn't count. So, like, the Inkmoth removing a land from the equation because it's also your creature is like a 4 mana play, and they can get up to 3 mana this turn, I think. I've never said this before, and I'll never say it again, but thank the magic gods that Mox Opal is banned in Modern. If that card were legal, I'd almost certainly be playing it in something, some sort of Urza Shell. But right now, where my opponent could kill me with 4 mana, but they can only get 3, I'm in. I have to watch my clock here. If we're settling into some sort of grindy game, I just need to make sure I have 3 or 4 minutes left at the end to iterate my combo. My opponent, despite letting me click through my combo game 1, is under me on clock right now. There's the aid, and they're just passing. Okay, they just put Sigarda's Aid into play versus my explosives on 1. That's a choice. Certainly a choice. I could activate Engineered Explosives right now and just pass with Twiddle up in case something untoward were to happen to me. If I do that, I could die to Hammer. Like, if they just geniusly slow rolled me, like if I... No, I guess that would destroy the drum too, so it would be really hard to die to Hammer that turn. Okay, I don't know. The cool thing with the timing on Sigarda's Aid is that if Sigarda's Aid dies, their equipments lose flash. So if they like animate Inkmoth Nexus, move into combat, I can pop EE for 1 at the beginning of combat. At which point they would, if they flash in Hammer, they lose Hammer also to the EE. But if they don't flash in Hammer, it doesn't have flash, and they can never flash in Hammer. That's a pretty good one. Do I want to let them draw a card? So I don't have a whole lot of choice in the matter. They're firing up Inkmoth. Okay. I don't think there's anything I need to worry about here as far as being dead goes. Now in the end step is the tricky part. I'm definitely going to consider, do I fetch Shock first? And I have the Slaughter Pact for next turn. Yeah, I think I'm just going to use all my mana right now. Get Steam Vents. Fetch Shock. Consider. Put Flooded Strand in the graveyard, yes. And I'm going to pop this. Let's clear out their shit. Dream Grip. That's another Twiddle. I could do like a mini breach here where I breach and I can like consider twice. And I'm holding up Slaughter Pact, which would make it hard to lose. Is that good? I could also just put Lurrus in my hand, hold up Dream's Grip to twiddle their stuff. I think I want Lurrus here. I don't think there's a line to win. What's in my sideboard to wish for? Nothing good. Okay. I'm just going to put Lurrus in hand and settle into a slow game, which might be a huge punt, but I'm in for it. There's no Sigarda's Aid anymore. Springleaf Drum is fine. There's Hammer. They don't currently have Metalcraft. They can get it by activating Inkmoth Nexus. But, you know, whatever. I can respond. Maybe I'm supposed to Slaughter Pact the Door Steel. I guess I'm probably going to do that anyway. Like, if I Slaughter Pact Pure Steel, I let them draw a card now, which sucks, but yeah, I'm just going to slaughter this, and then they can't move their Hammer over. Yeah, I should have done that in response to the Hammer. They have an extra card that they don't need to have right now. Hope they don't play Ghost Quarter. That's not a card that's actually in this deck, don't worry. I would really love to draw Lotus Field this coming turn. I'm going to pay for Pact, leaving up Steam Vents, and I have Twiddle that can twiddle their attacker next turn if they do manage to get a Hammer onto it. It's really nice of them that they've been dealing single points of poison that I don't care about at all. Okay, I would like to pay for Slaughter Pact, please. Paid. A Wishclaw. Alright. This game's been pretty weird. Starting to enter the danger zone a little bit. Esper Sentinel shit. That's going to be worth some extra cards for them if I have to tap their Inkmoth this turn. Steel Shaper's Gift, okay. They're already hammered up, so I don't care a lot about that. Cranial Plating, that's really good. Alright, fair enough. Strong pivot. Oh, I can't even cast Lotus. I don't have double black. What am I doing here? I spent a whole turn putting Lotus in hand, but I can't even cast. But at some point I'll have a Lotus field. I can Wishclaw, activate Wishclaw, get field, sack 2 lands, untap next turn. I don't have the Scour, but I have Wish. I'm actually really close to just going off here. Sure, enjoy your cranial plating. And Shadow Sphere. Alright, they're hellbent. It's go time. Okay, so Wishclaw. Go ahead, draw a card. I will not pay the troll toll. If it's Ravenous Trap, you win. Whatever the fuck, go ahead. I'm not going to pay. Then make a wish for the field. Play the field. Sacrifice my basic islands. Twiddle my field. Yes, use Twiddle's ability. Make blue, blue, blue. Untap target permanent. Make red, red, red. Then, do I have mana to wish? Not yet. So I'm going to breach first. Breach. Untap target permanent. I get my graveyard up here where I can see it. 6.5 minutes should be plenty of time to do all this. Make blue, blue, blue. Gonna untap again to 3 cards exiled. And then make blue, blue, blue. I guess I don't need to make any mana yet. Cast Wish. Do I just have a lethal Grapeshot here without getting the Tome Scour? Can I shave some time off of this? Storm is 6. The Wish gets Grapeshot. Grapeshot you. Then 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Wish is 7. Yeah, I have exactly enough to shot them without having to go into Tome Scour. I can save some time here. Get Grapeshot. Oh. I can do this better. I can build Storm by twiddling first. So I do have to twiddle one more time. Untap target permanent. 1, 2, 3. That's done. Now I have all the mana to Grapeshot for plenty of damage. And I can refire it from the bin. And we should be good here. Then Grapeshot with Breach from the bin. In you go. Exile these 3 things. Blammo. Plenty of time left on the clock. A tasty little 4 minutes. Didn't even need that Lotus. I spent 3 mana to get into my hand. And we did it. Just a clean line. That game was pretty cool. It's turn 6. We spent some time controlling. Slaughter Pact did put Lotus in hand, which I don't think we needed to do. But we did it. Like, that was a lot of mana spent and took our time and took them down. Awesome. Next round's coming. On the play in round 2, I'm a Lotus deck. They are a nothing deck, which usually means blue-red. Murktide, is it Delver, whatever you're calling it these days. There's not many reasons to not have a companion, and that deck is one of them. I'm going to bobble them and then probably also Inquisition them. Just getting the full information. Oh, Teferi. That doesn't exclude the Murktide deck. It just means that they are the Jeskai build. They're drawing Teferi. That can inform what about my decision? Okay, that is not what they're doing. They're this crazy deck of whatever's going on here. Prismatic Ending is actually super awkward because Wishclaw Talisman's part of my plan, but Chalice on 1 is completely unbeatable, so I guess I'll take the Chalice. Okay. My opponent has some permanents in their deck. That's for sure. I've drawn Echoing Truth. Oh, that's a good one. Makes me wish I had left them with the Chalice, but didn't have that information at the time. Oh, this sucks. I want to play my Wishclaw so bad, but I can't. I might start having to use... Like, if I draw a land, I can Wishclaw activate right away. I might start having to use my Twiddles defensively, just like twiddle your land on turn 3 so you can't get your busted permanents into play. Or did they draw Chalice anyway? Oh, Wrenn and 6. A different busted permanent. Okay. Wrenn's not the most important thing. They had land drops anyway. Yeah, I'm not going to fight over that. Oh, the land was a good draw. Okay. Fetch. I might as well get basic because I am going to sack these lands anyway. So I am required to spend black mana on this spell. Wishclaw. I'm just going to fire it off. Because it's not going to survive the turn if I don't. I'm going to get Lotus Field and pass the turn. If they make a wish, they can... I get it back. If they don't make a wish, then I can Echoing Truth it and get it back anyway. And I have a shitload of mana. A triple Dreams Grip here. Played around that Prismatic Ending. Feel pretty proud of that line, I'm not going to lie. I don't think Teferi matters that much in my combo. Like, I don't have any cards that... Like, Wish just creates a bubble that you can play a card from your sideboard. It doesn't say, like, do it now. Trying to think of if Teferi matters against my deck at all. I don't think so. I mean, it makes the packs pretty bad, but there's no, like, tricky stuff where you have to, like... There's no, like, Lion's Eye Diamond tricks where you have to, like, with floating mana do stuff. So I think we're good. They plussed. I know their hand is Omnath, Ending, Roderick, Hallowed Fountain, and Arid Mesa. They have one mystery card. It could be Force of Negation, but we're not going to talk about that. Okay, blue. Because I don't need to float blue, I can just cast Serum Visions. Is that better? I guess I should do the math. Blue, Lotus Field. Dreams Grip gets me up to 4. The next one to 6. The next one to 7. Which is enough to echo Wishclaw. Oh, and I still have this, so I actually have 8 mana. So 6 floating, I can get Wishclaw back. 4 floating, I can play Wishclaw. 3 floating, I can Wishclaw. But then I would need... I'm not quite there yet. I would need some more stuff. I don't think I'm in a hurry here. All right, I'm going to just Serum Visions first. Start with that. Well, there's Breach. Bottom, top. If I just put Breach on top of my deck, play Lotus Field, I could play this land and just pass. Or I should probably Echoing Truth. No, because if they wish for Chalice, I want to echo that. But I'll have Echoing Truth in my graveyard with the Breach anyway. Okay, I'm going to echo... Oh, no, shit. They can Teferi exile Breach at instant speed, unless they just jam Omnath next turn, which I think is a reasonable thing for them to do. Okay, I'm going to echo the Wishclaw now. I'm going to pick it up and hope they don't see the hold up Prismatic Ending line for Breach. Get my field into play. No way this deck has Blood Moon in it. Okay, here we are. Locked and loaded. If they do have a line that beats me, just have to hope they don't see it or don't take it. Just jam Omnath and chip the turn, please. Okay, they minus Teferi. We're good. And by good, I mean still dead to Chalice of the Void. But we'll deal with that when we get to it. Unfortunately, entwining this doesn't change its mana value. It just changes how much you paid for it. It's still a 1 mana spell for Chalice. Slam that Omnath. Pass the turn. Okay, they do have white mana. I was about to say they don't have white mana, but they do have this Swamp Plains over here. Alright, there's Omnath. Ren picks up the land, and they have 8 cards in hand, so they'll have to go to discard, but Ren gets the plus for good measure. Right, now we should be good, right? I fetch Shock for Steam Vents. So I'll get Steam Vents into play. Yes, and then blue. If they have Force of Negation, we're going to lose, but if they don't, we might be okay. Blue again. Black. Wishclaw. Get the Tome Scour. Tome Scour's in my hand. Scour myself. And blue-red. Underworld Breach. And now we win. Okay. Get the graveyard making sense. Tome Scour, target me. Tome Scour, target me. Dreams Grip, target my land. And we're just off. As far as click-heavy combos that I've iterated on Magic Online go, this one's not bad, actually. There are 7 cards left in my deck. So, blue, blue, blue. Surprise Dream Group from hand. Now I'll scour myself one more time. There's the final scour. Surprise Dream Grip from hand, untap target permanent. And then red, red, red. Storm is more than their life total currently, so I just need to untap one more time. Untap target permanent. 1, 2, 3. Okay, do I have what I need to sneak an Inquisition of Kozilek in here? I think I have plenty to do that. Inquisition you. Get some information. Their hand contains Teferi, Prismatic Ending, and some other shit. Okay. You are deceased. Wish from the graveyard. Make sure to leave red colorless floating. I've made a wish for Grapeshot for 20 points of damage. Right at your face for exact Sleep's mana. I could have made a lot more mana, but we did it, fam. Okay, we did it. Game 1 in the books. Imagine we'll have to beat some counter spells game 2. I mean, maybe not. Like, we saw the Chalice. That makes me want Engineered Explosives. Void Snare is not going to help me against Chalice because they'll play it on 1. Though the Hermit does beat Chalice. I don't think I want the Pax. Like, if they have Teferis in their deck as a feature of what they're doing, Pact is not my interaction point. I think it's Inquisition and Hermit. I've cut 2 cards. I need to cut 2 more if I get all these cards in. I could leave EE out as a wish target, but I'm not sure that's actually good. Maybe that's fine, because, like, Hermit just dumpsters Chalice all by itself. And they have the Prismatic Endings, which does make Hermit a little worse, but I have Consider and Tome Scour. No, I do need the Engineered Explosives. If they have Exile-based removal, I'm not safe. Probably a Bauble can get shaved. Just shaving generic cantrip things for game 1 for actual good spells for game 2. Okay, that looks good to me. I'm going to keep this hand on the draw. The field is awkward until I find another land, but it's great as soon as I do. And this hand has basically everything I want for this matchup. I can answer a Chalice, I can Inquisition them, see what they're working with. Hermit can show up at some point. Just need a second land that isn't Lotus Field, and we're good. Okay, I'm gonna bobble them first. They have Ferris on top. Fetch Shock, Inquisition. Inquisition, there is Rest in Peace, my goodness. Let's take that one. Thanks, Inquisition. Okay. I have Bauble draw plus draw for turn to find the land that I'm looking for. Another Inquisition. That was the mountain from their hand. We have perfect information. It's Teferi, 2 Ferrises. Come on, land. Alright. I could play the Hermit, which gives them a good target for Teferi. Yeah, I think I just want to Inquisition them again. I'm prepared to just pop off next turn. Unfortunately, I only have 1 Twiddle. It would be pretty tech to, like, twiddle their white source in the upkeep in case they rip another Rest in Peace. But I don't have 2 Twiddles. I love Ferris Rockrick. I've recorded a bunch of Legacy Leagues with that card if you want to go check those out. Big fan. Hexproof from Monocolor. So I can't bounce that. I think I want Steam Vents tapped. And how do we do? Inquisition. I don't actually have the combo here because I can't get deeper into my deck. I don't have a Wish or any such thing. I could Mini Breach, which I could bobble twice, draw 2 cards. Let's see, if I float black, red. Oh no, I need to float a blue. And I get where I need to go here. I can discard their hand, put this Gracier into play, and draw 2 cards. That actually sounds pretty good. Okay, blue, red, field, discard these 2 lands, or sacrifice, whatever I'm doing with them. Whittle my field, and I can make blue, 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 Breach, Bobble. Bobble you. Paired Mace on top. Okay, don't care about that. Bobble you again. I'm gonna leave Twiddle in the graveyard for later. I guess I don't get to Inquisition here, but their hand is a redundant Ferris, so I don't think I have to. Okay. Yeah, it's fine. Drew 2 cards off of that interaction, got my field into play. I am checking the board right now. They can play the second Ferris to trigger and get a 4/4, which is pretty good. I think they did this wrong. All right, I'll trade. It has hexproof from multicolor or monocolor, not protection. Yeah, I would have played the second Ferris, get a 4/4, and not attacked with the first one. That's just me, though. Bobble you. They're drawing another fetch land. Well, they'll probably fetch before then, but in the meantime. Second field's a little awk. I can fire in the Benevolent Geist from the graveyard, or I could wish for Luris and take a turn off to do Luris stuff. I think that's what I want to do. Grab Luris and pass. Because Luris lets me start refiring the Bobble, start pulling ahead. Oh, they didn't shuffle. So Flooded Strand's in their hand. One mystery card over there. Hope it's not Bring to Light. Drawing a land would be just super duper. A non-Lotus Field land. Okay, black. Luris. Gotta start drawing cards here. Let's have a look. Dovin's Veto. Okay. I have that checkmated with the Geist. Oh, they drew it. Yeah. I wonder if they have landfall effects in their deck, because they don't seem to have any interest in protecting information. Right, Veto is locked in their hand now. Wow, no attack? You think Ferris is better than Luris on this board? You're out of your damn mind. All right, blue, blue, blue. Gonna play Benevolent Geist with Disturb, not the front half with Luris. They can veto to get a 4/4, which is not nothing. Bobble. Bobble you. Temple Garden on top, okay. Maybe someday that will matter. I'll run out the Engineered Explosives now, because I have to discard anyway. And this will answer Chalice or any number of 4/4s they produce. Just a little Lotus Field flooded here. Alright, they finally shuffled away a card that I saw. Harem Visions, okay. Let's keep this party going. Luris has been insane in this game, though. We would have just been sitting here with our butts in our hands without Luris. Oh, they're tapping mana. Lightning Helix. Why would you target that card? I guess they think Dovin's Veto is important. There's no respect for Luris at all. Alright, I guess Dovin's Veto is probably reasonable. Okay, I can breach from the graveyard with Luris. I think they would have to veto that out of respect, but that's not actually what I want to do with my turn. I'm going to bobble out of the graveyard. They could also just fire off veto on this if they think that's good, which it's not, by the way, if you're wondering at home. If you're following along at home, it's not. Okay, Serum Visions. Found a different land. There's Tome Scour, okay. Bottom, top. Definitely want Tome Scour involved in this game moving forward. I think I want to bobble them. Another land. I want to destroy their 4/4. Just since I have mana floating, now is the time to do that, because then I can sneak my other bobble in. Now, even if they fetch, I can look at their draw. And this Inquisition can strip the veto next turn when I'm ready. Oh, I had a free attack there that I didn't take. Whoops. They did draw the Misty Rainforest. Okay, so we know their hand doesn't do anything. Do need a Twiddle around. I won't forget to attack with Luris again. So I guess that's why they didn't attack with Ferris, because Luris just has lifelink and they lose life and I don't on that exchange. Oh, that's a really good one. I'm gonna fetch a tapped land now. Watery Grave is the only one left. My Steam Vents is in the graveyard. Oh, we found a Twiddle. Okay. Okay. So I Inquisition them, and then I breach, Twiddle. We're out of here. Inquisition. They should veto this just to get their 4/4. Yep. Veto, get your 4/4. They're hellbent. And I am win the game bent. There should be a basic island left in here. There it is. And then I make red, red, red. Cast Breach with Lotus. Twiddle my field. We got the GGs in the chat. Hopefully they won't make me click through this again. Untap this. I guess I should show them the Tome Scour, huh? Alright, are they just F6'd or are we going to get an actual concession? Okay. Looks like they're just F6'd. That's fine. Happy to click through this. I earned it. The deck is down to one Scour's worth of cards remaining. Alright, Scour one last time for the road, and then untap my field. And now I'm just floating a bunch of mana, untapping the field a few times. Their life total is 15. That's enough to wish, shot, reshot. Grapeshot ya. This Grapeshot would be lethal if I remember to attack with Lotus that one time. But instead I'm going to have to cast it again. There we go. There's the lethal shot. Same targets all day. And take 35. That happened on turn 8 also. That was just a really grindy, check them with discard, play around Dovin's Veto. I think they messed up with their Lightning Helix. I think they should have killed Lotus a long time ago. But other than that, that game was really interesting, super fun. All right, next round. We're about halfway through the video, so let me just remind you that if you like this deck and you want to try it out, you can use the code BoshNRoll to support the channel while you shop for cards at tcgplayer.com, and you can play any deck anytime with cardhoarder.com loan account on Magic Online. These links are in the video description below. Now back to the league. I'm on the draw in round 3. My hand is Disruptive, has Field Twiddle. I'm going to keep opponents on 4. So they're either a bullshit combo deck, like turn 1 sort of Oops, Belcher, whatever that 3 mana explosion card is. I don't know. Or they're very unlucky. Or they're Tron. Okay. I can live with Tron, I think. Them being Tron means that I want to Serum Visions this turn instead of Inquisition. Valeria West, don't care. Breach, hell yeah. Bottom, top, let's go. How'd we do on the Tron lands? There's another one. I think the plan is Inquisition, then tap one of their lands on their turn. Let's see if I need to do that first. Inquisition you. Wormcoil Engine, Karn the Great Creator. Okay, that card's actually really hard to beat, and tapping one of their lands doesn't take them off it. So I think what I have to do here is hope they think Wormcoil Engine will be better, or they just like wish for the wrong thing with Karn. Let me make sure that is actually the third. Oh no, that's another tower. We're good. We're good. Okay. That was just a bad mull to 4. Please don't play the missing piece right now, you monster. Okay. I can live with Chromatic Star. There's the second tower. All right, all right. We're in there. We're good. I'm going to get the Steam Vents. And it's tapped. Echoing Truth. Does that matter? It answers Karn later on, which is a good thing. Now let's figure out this math. I can float blue-red, play field, twiddle field, make black, black, black. I have 4 floating at that point. For Wish Claw, get Tome Scour. I think I have this. I haven't actually counted, but I don't think I need to. Math is for blockers. All right. Play my field. Sack my lands. Dream Grip. Untap target permanent. And blue, blue, blue. Twiddle. Untap this permanent. Yes. And then black, black, black. Play the Wish Claw and activate it using all black. It means I have to win this turn because they can wish for their missing Tron piece, but I am going to win this turn, so it's fine. I find the Tome Scour. Tome Scour right here. Underworld Breach comes in. I twiddle one more time, and then we're in the Scour zone. Yes, use Twiddle's ability. Okay. And now we win. Scour myself twice, twiddle myself once. The folks in the modern queues just really don't value their time, it seems. It is their prerogative. They don't have to concede. They can have 6. It's fine. But at the same time, like, 10 minutes of your life you're not getting back. You're dead. My whole deck, except for 1 card, is now in the graveyard. It's time to win. Untap my field. Float blue 1 more time. Untap my field. Now we float red. Storm is 20. Float red. Wish from the graveyard. 1, 2, 3. I even have a Pact of Negation in the graveyard in case they, like, cantrip into Mindbreak Trap. Or, like, things that won't happen include that. Just, I am ready for it in case it were to happen. Okay, take 22. I don't know about you. You're taking 22. And their life total is 0. To the sideboard we go. Tron, huh? What does Tron do? We saw Karn. So Void Snare might be something I want access to. They might have, like, Botnot Seers and shit after board. I don't know. Engineered Explosives and Void Snare seem like general safe bets, and I can shave 2 baubles probably. Maybe Inquisition is worse than bauble. And if you ever hit Tron with an Inquisition, it's crushing. Like, if you can, like, snip that Sylvan Scrying they were counting on to get Tron, it's a big deal. But it doesn't line up against most of their plan. Maybe I want 3 and 3. Like 3 baubles, 3 Inquisitions. Yeah, I think my plan is mostly to just combo, so let's do that. This is a deck that can beat Ave. Like, if I have to go for a non-graveyard, like, mini Ave Storm line or something, they have Ugin that can minus. Wormcoil could reasonably race it. So there's some concern there. Oh, I don't need 2 Pact of Negations. I want my bauble back. Give it to me now. Yeah, leaving 1 Pact in the deck that you can mill over when you're comboing just to make sure they don't, like, cheese endurance you or Mindbreak Trap you at the very end or whatever, I think is worth having around, but you don't need 2 of that card. You're basically never going to cast it unless the game is over. And drawing it's always terrible. This hand is solid. I'm going to keep. This does have that turn 1 Inquisition, the rarely good but occasionally powerful turn 1 Inquisition. It's got Breach, a tutor. Like, my game plan right now is bobble them an Inquisition on 1, Wishclaw on 2, and then wish for... Alright, well, there's that. That's going to slow me down a little bit. Bobble. Let's have a look. Where's this tower on top? Okay, so they're drawing a Tron land. Great. They did mull to 4, though. I'll take that. Chalk in Watery Grave. Let's get a look. If I can take a card from this 4-card hand, we're going to be so stoked. Oh, they literally kept Tron Relic. All right, well, then I don't care that they're drawing a Tron piece, because they had it anyway. This might be an Ave game. Just hope that they don't find Ugin. There's one of the towers, so they're going to have Tron next turn. Seer Visions is a good one. I'm going to fetch Shock because my life total isn't super important. At least I don't think it will be. And Seer Visions. Another Dream's Grip. Does that get me the Storm I need? I don't need this other Lotus Field, but if next turn I go blue-red, Lotus Field, Twiddle, blue-red floating, Twiddle, green, blue, red floating, green, blue, red is 6 total. Ave is an 8 mana play. Yeah, so I'm not quite there. I think I do want this Dream Script, though. It's going to be good eventually. I'm going to have to... I should have played Wishclaw this turn. What am I doing? Why did I put... I, like, shocked in this extra land and was just like, haha, here is this irrelevant thing. Yeah, I was supposed to play Wishclaw this turn. Whoops. Okay, they have Power Plant. They have Tron. Oh, no. And they drew Karn. Okay, whatever. Now they can start nuking my lands, and I'll never get ahead. Fuck. Okay, sometimes Tron is just mega lucky and is what it is. What am I going to do about this? Like, I couldn't afford to twiddle their Tron land just on the spec that they drew a card in their 2 draw steps that is brutal. Okay, so they have to plus. I can pitch the Tome Scour because that's not a thing. Oh, I should have played Wishclaw last turn too. What the fuck am I doing? All right, all right. All right, I'm just falling apart over here. They can have Tome Scour. I'm not going off through this relic anyway. Yeah, Wishclaw should be in play. I messed this up real hard. I am going to fetch just to thin out the deck of lands. I'm going to get Island because I'm going to sack it anyway. Inquisition. Okay. Well, now they can minus Karn and take the Wishclaw, but not if I activate it. Does activating it do anything? Okay. Time to figure this out. What can I wish for that is helpful? I mean, wish is for Ave. That is my wish target. If I go, yeah, Wishclaw Talisman doesn't net mana. There's no like Lion's Eye Diamond in the deck I could get with it, which is what I actually want. And if I give them Talisman, they can just wish for Ugin and clear out my Aves. I still only have 7 mana this turn. Should I be committing the field anyway? I think so. All right, I'll play the Wishclaw. Go ahead, there it is. I prefer they target that with Karn than anything else. And I don't really have other permanents they could target, but that is at least a forced play. Like, target that with Karn or lose is the position I'm putting them in. And starting the turn with Lotus Field untapped represents 3 extra mana from starting with it not tapped. They have infinite mana. They just keep making Tron lands over there. And Oblivion Stone. Oh, fuck. Well, that's a good one. That beats Ave also. Okay, now what? I can Twiddle, Luris, Bobble, but like I might be able to trick them into popping their relic. Don't think that's gonna happen though. If I make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm still a mana short of taking the Ave line. There's nothing to wish for that's helpful. Alright, Grapeshot could clear Karn. Is that true? Grip, wish. Okay, so if I make blue, red, then red, I can kill Karn this turn. And then I have to beat the rest of what they're doing. Alright, this isn't getting better. Untap target permanent. Untap target permanent. Make red, wish, and kill Karn. Leave them hellbent, I guess. Yeah, Grapeshot you. Or Grapeshot Karn. Not you. Time to get weird. You know, I'm clearly miles behind right now, even with the Karn gone. Like, O-Stone checkmates Ave, Grapeshot, and Tome Scour are both exiled already. Well, Grapeshot's in the graveyard, but they have the relic over there. Maybe I should have breached first. Should I breach now? Make them pop the relic? Yeah, that gives me options on Luris for the future turns if I make them pop the relic now. If they don't respect this, I'll draw a card off Bobble. Okay. There's that. We are now back into the holding pattern. But I have a breach in my graveyard. Their graveyard hate's gone, and I can get Luris on the slow. Chromatic Star, makes green, and the other Karn. Okay. They can take the Inquisition from my hand. Doesn't matter. That's going to make it hard to get Luris into play. Luris isn't even good if it's in play, is the other problem. Because Karn can just minus on it, O-Stone can clear it. I need to like draw a Bobble to even have a chance at Karn, and this extra turn lets them put a fake counter on their Karn so they don't even have to blow them up. I could probably pretty safely concede this game. I think I should, just to save time. Yeah, I've seen enough. All right. Okay, so they had a really disciplined mulligan down to 4. They kept Tron Graveyard Hate, and they ripped Karn on like a turn that they needed it, and I also fucked up. So multiple things happened that game. that I'm going to try to avoid next game. Now that I've seen O-Stone and Relic, I think I want Pact just out. That doesn't matter. But I want the Inquisitions in. That is a card that I'm pretty happy to spend turn 1 casting. On the play, especially. Yeah, last game I just like passed a whole turn without casting Wishclaw Talisman. I did that twice, in fact, and both of them, either one of them would have set me up to do a better line. And yeah, ugh. Shake it off. My hand is bad. I'm gonna mulligan this. The Teleria West, not what you want. Doesn't cast any spells. Okay, I can roll with this. I'm gonna keep this, and I think I'm gonna ship the Wish, actually. Or maybe I'll ship the Truth, because Inquisition is supposed to do the job of what Truth wants to do. Alright, I'll leave the Truth in my deck for later. I'll be proactive and keep the Wish. This is where they have Leyline of the Void. Okay, we dodged that at least. I'm gonna bobble them first, get the information. They have Karn Great Creator on top. Inquisit them. Relic, Map, Nature's Claim, and some other stuff. I'm gonna take Relic. I still think that's the biggest concern they have. Other than this Karn that's oozing down. Tower Map. So they're setting up their Tron. Unfortunately, they have Forest in hand, or else I could YOLO the Wishclaw, try to sneak that in on them. If they Nature's Claim Wishclaw, it knocks them a turn off of Tron and gives me room to breach. I think I want to do this. Like, I'm not going to be able to mess with their mana again. Like, if they get another turn to develop, they'll just have everything they want. This can at least force them into a position where they don't get to map this turn and they have to play their Forest, which sets them back a turn on Tron. Unless they think they can just ignore this, which would be a bold strategy. Or maybe they think that their things are better than mine. Like, they can, like, if I wish, they can just get Relic and win or whatever. Nope, they went with the Forest. Perfect. Played straight into my hands. Consider and Visions. I think I consider first. That sees more cards in a straight line. Tome Scour, yes, put that in the graveyard. Draw a Void Snare. Serum Visions, let's find that. Lotus Field, that's not Lotus Field. It is land number 3. Bottom the fetch land, top the island, and bobble them. Drawing Tower, okay. Yeah, I might have to do a mini breach and just draw a bunch of cards here, though. There is a Scour in my graveyard. Oh, I don't have the the field, the important part. That's right. There's Power Plant. Next turn they can Karn or just something bigger if they draw it. Don't think looking for Lotus makes any sense. Karn is going to wish for a graveyard hate piece. Like, they probably just have Tormod's Crypt in their board. I think I want a mini breach right now. And I am going to fetch. That puts an extra card in my graveyard. Get my Black Source set up here. Mini breach. Because this bobble trick's not going to work again. It's now or never. It's got to just Galvanic Relay myself here. 1, 2, 3. Bobble. I guess Serum Visions is better than bobble, right? 1, 2, 3. I don't get both. Oh, I can bobble once and then I do get both. Okay. Bobble. Veil of Summer on top. Okay. That's probably not going to be there. Come next turn. Then bobble. 1, 2, 3. Then I can bobble. The bobble will be the third card for the Serum Visions. See Veil of Summer again. Cast Serum Visions. 1, 2, 3. Wishclaw can go on the bottom because they're going to have Karn next turn anyway. Do I want Consider? And Consider does find more cards. Okay. And I'm about to draw 2. Okay. That's, I think, the best thing I could do that turn. Got ahead of the Karn or the Juka Bog or the Relic or whatever the hell is coming my way. Did I bobble 3 times or 2? I think it was 3, actually. I get to draw 3 cards now? Nope, it was 2. JK. There's the field. They have Tron. They did not draw Veil. Wonder if like Trinosphere is a card in their sideboard. Probably. I don't even know what's in these wish boards anymore for great creators. I have the Void Snare though for various problems. Chalice of the Void, okay. That's a problem that I can't Void Snare. And I can't Engineered Explosives that. Okay, I need to find the Echoing Truth now. Well, my life just got a lot harder. From the sideboard, what can I do? I could wish for a Hermit next turn. I can't really wish for anything right now because I don't have the means. Yeah, unfortunately. Nothing in the sideboard that's going to help me out here. I'll float blue, play with my Lotus Field. Back 2, and then pass the turn, I guess. Sadly. Oh, wait. Luris. You all thought I was going to forget. I was totally going to forget. Okay, Karn gets a big wish here. Like, whatever exists in Modern Magic in their sideboard, they can get, because they have 10, 11 mana. Well, they can't Relic, they can't Ancient Stirrings, they can't Expedition Map, they can't Nature's Claim because of their own Chalice. That gives me little relief because I also can't do anything. But all of those things are true. They could just get like Walking Ballista and try to put me on a 1-turn clock. Now or never. Liquid Metal Coating's pretty good too. Yeah, there's that. And Sylvan Scrying. For Sanctum of Ugin. Okay. This one is approaching its close here. Wish is not an instant, unfortunately. So they get to like Rashad and port me here. Can't do anything with that mana. Ugh. My chance to kill Karn is Grapeshot, but them turning this land off means that that doesn't work. I think I just put Luris into play. It's have to represent something here. Like, they have Blast Zone, but hopefully I can tie up some resources with them blasting Luris instead of doing other stuff. I don't know. Had exactly enough mana left over to get Blast Zone up to 3. I wonder if this is really a bad matchup, or if we had some unfortunate runs here. Is there any reason to cast Consider? Like, material in the graveyard for a future breach? Yeah, I think just putting this card in the graveyard is a fine idea. I don't know. It probably doesn't matter, but there it is. I can at least kill Karn this turn. There's the Sanctum of Ugin. They have 3 cards left in their hand. I think there's a land left in my deck. There should be 2. Yeah, there's a Watery Grave. And an Island. Grip doesn't change anything yet. Red, 1. Wish. Make sure to leave a red floating. Wish for Grapeshot. Target Karn. And target. Okay, there's that. If they have nothing at all, if their hand is 4 blanks, we're suddenly back in this game. Consider. Sideboard. Still nothing that answers what I need to answer. Yeah, I need to draw Explosives or Echoing Truth. I guess I could have wished for the... Oh, yeah, that's what I need to do. I need to wish for the Spirit guy, and then he can beat Chalice. Or just attack my opponent. Whatever I do, I have 4 minutes left to figure it out. This is the last land in the deck. There is a Yavimaya in play, so stuff taps for... Okay, red, wish for Hermit. Cast Hermit. He's in there. So I need to get Hermit into the graveyard, disturb it back up. Like, if they cast any spell, I can use the Mystical Dispute mode and just sack my Hermit, even if it doesn't counter the thing. And then I can suddenly start cantripping again. And this leaves their Chalice in play. Like, I was wondering what their 4 cards in hand could be, because they haven't really done anything in a few turns. But they could be 1-drops. Like, Chromatic Star, Chromatic Sphere, Expedition Map, Relic, Nature's Claim. Those are all cards that they're playing. I wonder if I can attack 10 times in 4 minutes. Oh, fuck. Tormod's Crypt. Alright, well, that's one I'm not going to point my spell at. Is that good? Probably. I'm gonna attack. That gets... Oh, that's actually really good. Transmute. This can get the explosives. Engineered explosives? Hell yeah. Put that card into play. I'm not gonna pop it yet. I don't want to pop it now when I'm not winning, because that gives them the turn to like unlock all of their relics and stuff that are probably stuck in their hand right now. Also, if they cast a non-creature spell, I could make 3 mana, which is enough to like pop this, clear the crypt, then sack this so it's in the graveyard for next turn. I'm not sure what the play is. Like, I don't think I have an out even through this chalice. It's basically like shredding for Ave. And there are 2 more wishes in the deck. That's what I got to do here. Wonder if I'm even supposed to pop this. I think I am. All right. Pop this for 0. Clear out the crypt and the chalice. They should crypt me in response, or else it's now or never. And then I can consider in the end step also. They're warping, wailing my boy. Yeah, it's gone. But countering that, they have the crypt anyway, so that doesn't do anything. I need to consider my way out of this. Consider Violence Wishclaw. Do not put that in the graveyard. Reach. Oh my god. Okay. Wishclaw. I should have just made black off of... Whoops. Yeah, I should have just made black off of the field to cast Inquisition, and that now they can... Oh, right. I knew about that Veil of Summer. They had it in their hand. They revealed it. No, I didn't. They shuffled. I didn't know about that one. It's fine. Is this target opponent? An opponent. Damn. Okay. I pass the turn here. I'm going to try to wish my way up to Ave next turn. Ancient Stirrings. Yeah. As expected, that was in their hand. Damn it. It just found Karn right away. Maybe they won't have another chalice to wish for. Because I can Void Snare the Karn, but they have Liquid Metal Coating already in play. Ugh. Tron is so frustrating. This game's been great. Don't get me wrong. This has been a really great game of Magic. They're wishing for something. Please don't have another chalice in the sideboard. Sundering Titan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, that's somehow significantly worse because I also control a forest. Great. Shit. All right, I've seen enough now. That was a great game. We were so close a couple times when I thought there was no hope left. We found some, and then like a little tit for tat. And yeah, that was pretty exciting. Maybe I wasn't supposed to pop explosives when I did. Like just wait until my hand was super unbeatable, because we were pretty sure that their hand was full of 1-drops, and they did end up casting Veil of Summer and Ancient Stirrings the turn after I cleared their own chalice. Maybe I was supposed to wait a little longer. I don't know. That was really exciting. On to the next round. I'm on the draw in round 4, and my hand is pretty great. I'm going to keep it. I have Disruption and a million cantrips. The field's already here. We might not have time. BRC. Well, I'm going to Bauble them. Ragavans on top. And cast Bauble. And cast Bauble. And I don't think I need to Inquisition them now, so I can Bauble myself for some extra information. Active Negation. That might actually be good in this matchup, but I'm casting Serum Visions anyway. I'm actually going to Inquisition. The life points are unfortunate, but Inquisition you. Lightning Bolt, Brazen Borrower. I think Brazen Bee is the take. That can mess with like breaches and shit. And pass the turn. I draw 2 cards, then I'll Bauble them again. I'm getting dashed this turn, almost certainly. Unless they decide to like bolt and clear. I don't know. This Inquisition can take Ragavan if they dash it. I do have a bunch of cool cantrips in my deck that would be good for them to take. I do also have a bunch of whiffs in the deck. Maybe they'll just take Lotus Field. Alright, what do we got? No damage, no damage. Wish, okay. That's not a card they can cast. But now they know that I'm not like Grixis control. They know I'm a Storm deck. Bauble. They're drawing Bauble. Okay, so they're going to be Delirious next turn. Rag's back in hand. I'm going to Inquisition and then Visions. Probably taking Rag here. Yeah, I care about Rag more than Lightning Bolt. Another Wish, another Visions. I don't need another Wish. Don't mind keeping Visions around. It's not great, but it's more selection, which is what I need right now. This Gripful lands is not what I was looking for. They are Delirious, and the Mercfather can arrive this turn as just a 4/4. That's lucky. But that's still lethal. So maybe it's not so lucky. Okay, now it's getting bigger. Oh, and they targeted me. That's cool. I did just keep with Serum Vision. Makes sense. Let's draw... I guess I need a Twiddle before anything else happens. I could buy some time against Murktide if I can Twiddle into Void Snare. That's still pretty bad. Like if I Twiddle Void Snare and then draw Breach the next turn. There's Breach right now, which is not on time. 1 mana short of also just wishing for Void Snare the slow way. Okay, yeah, we're dead. There's nothing to look for here. Oh, I guess that was... they lost Delirium, and this is only a 6/6, so technically I could have played Lotus Field and been at 1 for next turn. Yeah, I just fucked up. I just thought that was an 8/8. In my brain, I was like, yeah, that's lethal. Okay, gave away a little bit there. What's the play? Fatal Push, I like. Slaughter Pact, I like. Leave 1 in the board to wish for. Oh, I could have... Oh no, because I would have had to fetch shot. Yeah, I could have wished for Slaughter Pact. What the hell am I doing? All right, a comedy of errors in that last round. Let's tighten up from that one. I like Void Snare to take the pressure off. Engineered Explosives can kill some things. I do like Inquisition. They do have Counterspell in this deck. God, how many cards can I afford to bring in, though? This is getting dicey. I think Bauble is just out. I do like the packs. This is a card that I don't mind having in my hand for this matchup. Like the turn I go for it, I gotta go for it, and I'm gonna need all my mana. Wishclaw, Echoing Truth. I'm bringing in more bounce spells. Should I cut the one that I already had? This does cost 2 versus 1, though. I feel like I want some number of that effect around. Maybe I need to rely on my packs and discard spells to get my stuff in. And Malevolent Hermit is just too slow for this matchup. This isn't like blue-white control where the game's going to take forever. They will kill me if I fart around with a 2/2. Can I get the 3rd Pact of Negation in the deck? Do I want the 3rd Pact of Negation in the deck? All right, I'll leave it in the board. Yeah, that was definitely not the tightest game of Magic I played last game. When you just assume you're dead because you're so far behind, but you're actually fine. This one has some selection removal part of the combo. I'll keep it. There's a lot of moving parts you have to assemble against fast pressure here. I am going to lead on Serum Visions, though it is tempting to get the black land into play tapped, pain-free. I bottomed everything that wasn't Lotus Field there. I already have a Dream's Grip. I don't need more of those necessarily. There's Ragavan and Bauble. They bobbled me. They know what I'm drawing here. Another one. Okay, so they know about Pact. I'm just going to have to put my foot on the gas here. I have double Pact, which is the game plan as we drew it up. Bobble me again. It's weird F6ing when I have 3 free spells in my hand. I'm definitely not casting any of them. If I wish for field next turn, then I can untap it once. Oh, they took another Wishclaw Talisman. Do you want to play this game with me? The Wishclaw Talisman game. I can untap once, cast Wish, but that doesn't do anything. Yeah, I think just getting the field into play is the strat next turn. They shocked in a land. Oh, there's that. What does that do? If I get Breach... No, I don't have the Tome Scour yet. I think I'm a turn away from doing everything I want to do. I think it's pretty healthy to Wishclaw Talisman here. So I want to use my mana. And then if they use it on their turn, I can finish my combo. What's more important, Breach or Tome Scour to get first? Wish for Tome Scour is less mana than Wish for Breach, but I have to spend all the same mana over the course of the turn, but I can Breach to generate mana in between. Yeah, I think getting Breach first is the play. If I float, can I go this turn? I don't think so. If I float blue, play Lotus Field, untap Lotus Field, play Breach, untap, oh god, here comes the notepad. Okay, so Field, Grip gets me red, red, red. I guess all right, that already answers my question. I don't have blue to keep looping, so I do just play the field and pass here. I'm like over here doing complex math, but I don't have the second blue to get things going. All right, sack these two other lands, obviously. And I can Slaughter Pact if I need to. I can pay for it with field, but I hope it doesn't come to that. Active Negation. I could Pact of Negation of Blood Moon, which I might have to do. I did just give them Wishclaw Talisman. If they have Blood Moon in their deck, they can have it. And I can Pact of Negation and then float 3, untap, float 3, pay for Pact. Hope it doesn't come to that. That sucks. Ragavan has taken an Inquisition. No! Come on. There's, like, not many cards in my deck that are that good. Fuck. Well, there's that. Losing to our own discard spell is the way. They could take Dream's Grip and go get Blood Moon, cast it, and that's the game. If they don't see that line or they don't have Blood Moon, then they could just take Breach, and that's also probably the game. I hate Ragavan. They took my Dream's Grip. Okay, it looks like they see the line. They're making a wish. Alpine Moon. Yep. That is mostly the same as Blood Moon. Slightly better for me. Mostly the same, though. I can wish for Void Snare, though. Alright, I'm going to spend my final wish on... A Void Snare is better than Engineered Explosives. They don't have the mana to mess around with all that. And they were pretty clearly holding up Counterspell last turn, so they can just counter the Void Snare. That's funny that Wishclaw doesn't have any, like, sacrifice this when it has no counters clause on it or anything. It just belongs to my opponent forever now. So you're going to take another Inquisition and strip my Void Snare? Nope, took a Steam Vents. I did kind of want that too. Void Snare is not even that helpful if I'm not also winning that turn. So drawing a Lotus Field would be pretty hot, because I could play it as just this land with no abilities and avoid the sack triggers. Oh, I hope I draw Lotus Field. Insane. Field? Dream Grip. Okay. 7, 8, 9. Ugh. I think I'm going to try to spend a turn considering into another Lotus Field, because I can't win right now. Flooded Strand into your graveyard. Do want the land. Flooded Strand's not good enough, though. I have to go deeper. Nope. Through Wish. Okay. 7, 8, 9. They can put me to 2. Dead to Bolt. I have to discard. Alright, Slaughter Pack's out. This is the game now. I have to draw Lotus Field, bounce Alpine Moon with one of them, make 3 mana with the other. I have to do it through a 7-card hand. Oh, Underworld Breach, cool. Oh, at least they don't have any bolts in their graveyard, or enough cards in their graveyard to even loop the bauble. 7 cards in hand, though. What do you think the chances are none of them are a counterspell or burn spell? Alright, second field? Second field? Shit. Alright, we're dead. Alright, yeah, that was a smashing. On to the final round. Let's try to get this positive record. I'm on the play against someone without a companion. I'm going to keep my hand. It has all the things. But as we've seen before, decks without companions are usually blue-red tempo. I was going to Pluto Delta past. Considers an instant. Can get more information about what they're doing before I make any considerations. So this deck does have the luxury of most of its considerations, especially game 1, are just, does this let me combo or not? Okay. This is not blue-red. This is Amulet. Okie dokie. I'm going to get the Watery Grave. Once again, I think getting set up is worth more than 2 life. Put Polluted Delta in the graveyard. I've got lands already. Need spells. I'm going to fetch before I Serum Visions. In case I top. Basic Island's fine here. Serum Visions. Pact Misty. Nope. That didn't go well. I could Twiddle their Growth Chamber in the upkeep, but I don't think that's the best use of Twiddle here. Expedition map, okay. And with what else? Also explosives on 2. All right. What do they know that I don't? Are they just preparing ahead of time for my breach? 1, 2. I can have 4 mana this turn, which can wish for Tome Scour. I could just make that move. Though this deck has a Bojuka Bog in it, and Expedition Map is like right there in play. Oh, I don't hate that. All right. 1, 2. Lotus Field. Put these 2 in the graveyard. Put on my field. Yes. Red. I just have so many wishes. I want to get to work somewhere. And I can load up the Tome Scour. Okay, I mean, they can map for Bojuka Bog and slow me down. Hopefully that messes up their plan a little bit. Or they just don't respect it or don't see it. I don't know. There's Dryad. They played Dryad and 2 lands that are not Bojuka Bog. Oh, opponent thought I was on mill. Nope, it's Lotus combo. Said so in the chat. Alright, I need to draw Breach. Inquisition. 1 card left in their hand. I doubt it costs 3. Wish for Breach. I could put Luris in hand, threaten the win next turn. Don't think I'm getting a next turn. Yeah, they can tutor for an answer if they don't already have one. Shit. I think I want to get the Steam Vents here. Gonna pay the iron price, Inquisition them, and then put Luris in hand. Yep, it's Primeval Titan. I am surprised. Shocked and surprised. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they would... Yeah, they can just get Bojuka Bog. Yeah. They have to get a land that casts Primeval Titan first, but they could just get Bojuka Bog with the Primeval Titan trigger. Alright, and this gets the amulet, so yeah, I'm just lit up. Okay. Yeah, they have exactly 6 mana. If I had another mana in play, I would definitely pact this thing. I think it's worth taking the turn off to keep... Oh, and they drew Valakut for turn. Alright. Any chance I may have thought I had, I don't anymore. Yeah, the Dryad makes everything into mountains, so the prime time's gonna arrive, dome me for 6 or more, maybe 12, and then also get haste and attack. And yeah, I'm dead. I think we were 1 turn off from that. It's close. This is a Slaughter Pact matchup, and I want it in my hand. Fatal Push can remove the Dryad. EE can clear out amulets and hate pieces, etc. I don't think Void Snare is very good. I don't think Pact of Negation is very good either. I could probably shave on Baubles. Or I could just get rid of all the packs. Yeah, that's probably the play. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. My hand is very slow, which I think is not how this matchup works. I'm going to mulligan this. This one at least has a grip. I'm going to keep this in bottom explosives. I think I need the redraw on the Bauble, and I need to Inquisition them. Bauble you. Versus Saga on top, got it. Inquisition you. This is about the only time in the game Inquisition actually hits. Amulet and Rest in Peace. Well, I'll take Rip. So their hand didn't have a white source, but I think that's still the take. Saga's in. Amulet's in. They're all dressed up for their bright future. I think I just get a basic here. Both of those lands are going to die pretty soon anyway. Valakut. Bauble. Is Bauble helpful? Bauble can build Storm if I decide to go for an Ave line. If I slow roll Bauble, but I don't think I have the luxury of slow rolling. Bobble. I'll bobble them. See what's coming. Summoner's Pact, okay. That's pretty good. Well, that makes me feel better about giving them Wishclaw Talisman. I guess I can consider first. See if I just don't need to do that. Yes, I'm going to put Island in my graveyard. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. What happens if I wait a turn? Alright, I'm just going to give them the Wishclaw, get my Lotus into play. Must be done. Like, they're drawing Pact, they're going to have Saga pop. Like, I'm kind of squeezing their options here. Are they going to even have mana to do Wishclaw stuff next turn? I don't know. But they're already tutoring for like Grafdigger's Cage or Relic or whatever. I just think it's a good turn to let them tutor, because they could already tutor everything they'd want anyway. Saga pops. Yeah, they got Relic. Other Saga is in. They're not making a wish. How about another Grip? Oh, that's really good. 1, 2, 3. Cast this for 1. And bust it. Force the pop on Relic. They lose Amulet. That's a pretty good draw. Please make a wish. Please make a wish. Give it back to me. They could like wish for another Relic, thinking that that's important to me. I just want to Ave somebody before this league ends. I want to go to Oozetown. Okay, good thing I killed that Amulet. They did not let me go to Oozetown. Consider. I can consider and see what happens. Put Wishclaw Talisman into your graveyard. No. That sounds like a good one. Can I go off right now? So, Dream's Grip. Untap target permanent. I've already started clicking, so this better work. Math is for blockers. Here's this. And then I wish for Breach, and I'm 1 short. Okay, maybe I don't go this turn. I definitely wish this turn. Yeah, if I wish for Breach, I'm 1 short this turn. I can float red, float blue, Breach, go off next turn. But their Saga is about to blow. How do I get Ave next turn? I'm probably going to tutor up Graveyard Hate card. Maybe I just have to get Breach and hope they mess up. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm not going to hang the Tome Scour out there this turn, where it's very obvious what the plan is. Letting them wish twice is a little crazy. One cool thing they could have done there, I'm sure they have their own plan, but a cool line that did exist if they wanted it was Wishclaw twice, and then get Pithing Needle on Wishclaw with the Saga. Just make the perfect hand for next turn. Well, there's Azusa. They have 7 cards in hand. We know one of them's Summoner's Pact, and they have 2 Wishclaws. Ugh. Alright. I think we're dead. Okay, they are Wishclawing. I like that they're spending mana on that instead of the straight shot to Primetime. But I guess if they get another Amulet, it's just like a shortcut and does the same thing, but Primetime hits harder. I don't know, they're doing some cool stuff. At this point, I think Ave isn't good enough. Yep, just got another Amulet that is the same mana. It's actually more. Like, they spent 2 mana, or 1 mana to do that, and then they get 2 mana back immediately. And then they get another 2 mana next time they play the land. Are they going to do that again? Wish for a 3rd Amulet, and then bury me? There's the Pact. They're in. It's time. I believe they still have 1 more land drop. At least I hope they do for their sake, or else they're dead. Yep, Garen Brig. Yeah, they get to Primeval Titan with double Amulet. They should be able to attack for 20 here, if they have the whole combo in their deck. Not every build of Amulet plays the Slayer Stronghold double strike land line anymore. Gonna hope that they're not on that line, I guess. Do have Slayer Stronghold. That's 8 I'm taking this turn. They don't have a Dryad in play, so Valakut doesn't kill me here. Let's see, do you have the double strike land also? They do. Okay. Yep. I am taking 16 damage, which is my life total, conveniently. GG. We failed at the very end to put up the positive record. Off to a strong start, 2-0'd the league and then 0-3'd the back end. But that's okay. I did not play perfectly. We identified some mistakes I made. I probably didn't even notice most of the mistakes I made. This is that kind of deck. My first thought about the deck is this is super cool. Like, it's pretty cool how quickly this all comes together. Just like the turn 3, float 2, field, untap it, breach, we're off. I don't know if I actually pulled off a turn 3 this game or if I just represented a turn 3 but died because my opponent went first. I know that happened. I don't know if I actually popped turn 3. But we represented a turn 3 win in the league. We won on turn 8 one time after like a really cool control game. It's pretty sweet that the deck's capable of doing both of those roles. The second thing I want to say about this deck is, why are people working this hard? Holy crap. Do you know that you can just put Ragavan in your deck? You could put Hammer in your deck. You can play Ren and 6. You can play Omnath, and you're doing this? Oh my god. Like, this was stressful. This melted my brain. This was not the most stressful brain-melting combo deck I've ever played, but definitely trying to play this on very few, well, 0 reps, just watching Bryant play a little bit. This was really hard. This is not a pick-up-and-play deck. The basic line, obviously, like, that's pretty clear. But once things get convoluted, once sideboards come into play, and like having access to the wishboard at all times, this gets weird. And wow, make sure you do your homework if you're committed to doing this sort of thing. I have no thoughts to offer on the specific list or, you know, the targets in the wishboard or whatever. Like, Bryant has put, you know, dozens of leagues worth of time into this deck, and I just, you know, played it once because Chris asked me to. So go check out the epicstorm.com, check out the Epic Storm on YouTube. Bryant has some pretty in-depth deck techs of like the evolution of the deck and like what changes he made and why. Go look at those if you want information about the deck. On my end, this was a fun experiment. I don't want to play this again. Not because it's bad, but because just the amount of work you have to put into this to get proficient with it is not an amount of work I'm willing to put into it, because I don't really, it's not something I would take to like a Grand Prix. I'm definitely more on the Inquisition into Ren and 6 side of Modern than the Inquisition into Lotus Field. But your mileage may vary. If you like combo, this is a really great combo deck. The epicstorm.com is a great resource, an ongoing resource for the development of this deck, and that's a great place to be. It's tough working on a combo deck, being devoted to a combo deck when you don't have a great community or resource to keep getting better with it, but this deck totally has that. So if you were into this, go check it out over on the Epic Storm, YouTube, theepicstorm.com. Chris, thank you for asking me to play this deck. Remember to check out Atomic Empire in Durham, North Carolina, if you live in that area. And thank you all for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you for the next one.